Hello, it's Ladonia here with Keep It Crafty with Ladonia, and I thought I would show you today how to make these super cute little boxes. These fit a cream egg, which we can get here in the UK. I'm not sure about sizes and things for other areas, but I'll show you how I made the measurements for the box in a minute. But first, I'm going to make the label. I don't have any Easter stamps at all, so I've used my Make a Difference stamp set. And my Stamparatus, and lined all the letters up, and we'll get that done first in case they move. This is my third attempt to get a straight sentence, so I've got those three letters there, then I turn my platform around and I've got the other three letters up here. So if you have a Happy Easter stamp set, then this will be an absolute breeze, but with using the individual letters, it does take a bit of time to set it up. And then I've just used the happy. We've got a nice little happy here in Family Party, so that's where I've got the happy from, and I'm just going to stamp that just there. So that's that done. We'll pop that to one side, and that's all the stamping done. So let me put this away where I'm not going to lose my letters. Put a bit of paper on there, and then I can clean that up afterwards. So yes, the measurement of the egg. This one is a Hershey's cookie and cream egg. Never had one of those. The other ones are Cadbury's cream eggs, which are more standard for our country. So what I did was, because it is an odd shape, I stood my block up against my grid line there, put that one there, and then put another one next to it until I'd got a straight line. And that is almost 1 3/8 of an inch. So that is what the measurement I'm going to use. And if we go long ways, I like to use the blocks because then I can line these up, so as I know if they're lined up with these lines, then I know I've got it at the right measurement. And that is almost 2 inches, just the tiniest bit shorter than 2 inches. So that is how I chose my measurements: 1 3/8 by 2 inches. So next we have to cut the card, and this is a really quick box. It really doesn't take very long at all. So if we've got 1 3/8 at the bottom, then we add on 2 inches for each side. So we want 3 3/8, 5 3/8. That's up there, and we just need that square. That will give us our base. And for the lid, because I didn't want it to come all the way down, I decided I wanted to come halfway down, so I just took an inch off either side. So if this is 5 3/8, we need our lid to be 3 3/8. And I'm just using, in fact, I think I want to use that bit there. I'm using the Fine Art Floral DSP, because it's got this lovely, like, I call this the B-side of the paper. It's very pretty. It coordinates with the Bumblebee cardstock perfectly, and I don't have any Easter paper or any Easter stamps, so a nice bright summery colour is what we need, I think. So again, we want 2 inch sides on the base, so if we go 2, 2, 2 and 2, and you see we've got this tiny little square in the middle, and that's what we want. So, and then on this one, because we want just 1 inch of the sides coming down, we're going to score at 1. So just go at 1 on all 4 sides. Now I'm just bringing it out just a tiniest bit, because what I've realised I forgot to do, I forgot to add on a sliver of a measurement. So, because we want this square in the middle of this one very slightly bigger than the square in the middle of this one. So in order to do that, once we've made our 2 inch allowances for the side measurements, we need to add on the tiniest amount. 1/16 of an inch will do it. But because I forgot to do that, as I've scored, I've just, instead of going right into the corner, I've just come out a bit. So that's come out a bit, and that's right into the corner. So literally just the tiniest bit on each side, and that should give me a nice fit on my lid. But so even when you forget to do things, there's usually ways round. So, and then we'll just fold and burnish all the score lines. This really is a very quick box to make. And then for the bottom, I'm going to use my big scissors. And we're just going to cut up this score line here, but we're going to cut so as the score line comes off onto this big square. We want this is the rectangle we'll keep, and the score line comes off onto that square. And if we do that on all 4 sides, I'm sorry for the shadowing, I don't have the best of lights. I've got like a daylight bulb in my lamp, but yeah, I've got lots of shadowing. I'm sorry if it affects your viewing. So that's that. And then, because once we do pull the sides up, that will be far too big, so we need to chop these down a bit. So you can do this by hand, or you can do this on your trimmer. So if you want to do it on your trimmer, just fold up the bit that you want to keep, line that up so it's nice and straight, and then just cut that off. It is quicker to do it by hand, but I just thought I would show you that way. That is a tip I picked up from Corrie's Papercraft channel. Karen on there makes a lot of boxes and she's very, very good. But yes, it's quicker if you just want to do it by hand. Now I'm going to get my little snips out. I'm just going to wedge so as we've got a nice smooth finish when we glue it all together. And then we'll repeat this on the lid. But with the lid we've got shorter flaps, so we won't need to cut them down at all. That'll be fine as it is. So that's the base done. And then again, cut up the score line right at the very edge of the score line so the score line comes off onto the flap. And then we'll just wedge as we go around. And that is all of that done. So we'll keep these because we can still use those. In fact, we will use one of those in a little while. Just get rid of the rubbish. And then we can stick the... Where's my glue gone? There it is. We can stick the box together. So just run a bit of glue. Ooh. There we go. And bring up, make a nice right angle and give it a press together. And then when we've done this, we'll pop the egg in and it should be a lovely snug fit. I'm just pressing my finger down inside there as I'm rubbing against that, give it a bit of purchase, and then we'll burnish it as well just to make sure everything's got a good contact on it. Oh, pop that inside. And there we go, we'll give it a good burnish. And then if we pop our egg inside, there we go. Sits up quite nicely and it doesn't bulge the sides out, which is what we want. Now onto the lid. Now if you're at all dubious or you've made boxes before and struggled to get the lid on, you can always glue it in place like this. So as then when you finish, you know it will fit. I've made boxes in the past where I've gone to put the lid on and it doesn't fit, and it is frustrating. So just each time pop your glue on and then And then by doing it like this, you know that it will fit. There we go. And that is our box complete. So we'll just give those a burnish as well, just to make sure that they all stay in place exactly where we want them. We'll pop that back on, and then all that's left is to finish off the ribbon and the tag. So where did the tag go? Here it is. And I'm using my punch, and I'm going to pop this so as it's closer to this end. But I'm also going to cut down the top and the bottom. So I want to make sure that I'm not going past these notches in the corners. There we go. So then I'm going to cut these extra little bits here. I'm going to cut those off so we've just got a flat bit, because it's a little tiny box. We don't want a huge tag. Not quite got that corner there. There we go. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to use the slot punch, which is why I wanted to cut the edges off first, so as then I can pop that in and I can make sure that we've got an even distance either side. And just push it through so as you can see the end of the tag here. Push it through and then pull it back so you can't see it anymore, and then you know that you're not going to chop any off, and you're also going to have this far enough into your tag that it will actually be useful. So there we go, that's the tag done. And then we need a bit of ribbon. Now I've worked it out, we need 17 inches of ribbon, so that is the length of my grid mat. So I just need to go from one end to the other, and then give it a snip. And again, the easiest way I find, lay it out on my grid mat and put my box in the middle. Don't even have to worry about measuring to make sure I've got it in the middle. So tie a little knot. Now this is the fiddly part. The box itself is very quick and easy to make. It's the bow. So, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure this is flat all the way along, because then when I put this on with the writing facing upwards, I know that it will be still facing upwards when I tie the bow. So this is where it gets tricky. And of course it's on camera, so it's going to go wrong. Oh. Not too bad at all. I'm impressed with that first time. Right, so then if we just snip at an angle, there and there, and then we're almost done. So then I got out my strawberry builder punch for this tiny little flower, and I'm going to just punch one of those out, and then I'm going to use my mat. Where have I put my mat? It was here a second ago. There it is. My Stampin' Pierce mat. And I don't have a nice big ball tool, but this is nice and rounded. So I'm just going to give it some circular motion there. I'm doing it at an angle so as you can see, but I'm going to put some pressure on it, so I'm going to go direct from the top. And just keep a bit of circular motion, and then we've got some dimension on our little flower there. And then I'm just going to pop a rhinestone on top, and that is our project finished. Hasn't taken long at all. Oh, that's moved it. See if I can put that back. There we go. Let's just give that a squidge to make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to use a glue dot to pop that on with. I'm just going to put it in the corner and add my flower. A couple of these tags, as I was doing them before, were standing up. It's the way I tied the bow. They just caught and they kept standing up. So what I've done, I've also put a glue dot under the base of this. So I'll show you what I mean. This one doesn't need it, but it's not going to hurt it. So just pop a glue dot on the top of the box just there. And then pop your tag back down. And then it won't go anywhere. It'll stay exactly where you want it. So that is my box finished. I hope you like it. I think it's very cute. Oh, I've got some washi tape stuck to me from somewhere. I think it's very cute. It's very small, and it is a quick make. What took me the time was setting up the stamp for this, because like I said, I don't have an Easter stamp, and at the moment I'm not going to buy one just for one word. We can certainly make do. That's where the Make a Difference stamp set really comes into its own, because you can do what you want with it and make any word you like. It's really good, and the Stamparatus with doing that is a godsend. So I hope you like my box, and thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.